So let's look at the text tool in Krita, and I'm talking about the T up here. So this works a little bit different to other programs. If you select the text tool, in other programs you can click on the page and you can start typing. Well, this one doesn't let you do that. You have to actually press and draw a text box effectively, and then this window will open up, the text editor. And the way it works is you basically get rid of all this text, you select that, and you type in the word that you want to type in. So I'm just going to type in maniac. Okay, there's my word maniac. And now I can go and choose the right font. I might choose Arial Black. And once you click on save, it'll show you what it's going to look like. So there it is. So I haven't closed it yet because I haven't finished. But you've got all these other settings. So you can choose a different size, of course, and you can also choose a different color. So let me just choose a bright red. Once again, when I click on save, it updates what's on the canvas. And only when I'm ready, when I've finished, I can then click on close. And then you get the selector tool automatically being selected, which means that I can now move it and distort it. I can do a lot of things with the selector tool. Now, if I go to tool options, you can see at the moment, if I try to move that or resize it, nothing happens. So I go to tool options and I click on scale styles. So that means I can now resize it. I can distort it. I can do a lot of things with this. So make sure that when you are in the selector mode, which is the arrow tool, make sure that in tool options you have scale sizes chosen. Now, if I go to layers, you'll notice that the vector tool generates a vector, the type tool generates a vector layer automatically. Now, I can convert that later on to a path and I can manipulate it. But let me just show you one more thing that you can do before I convert it to a path. So let me just position it in the middle. If you want to change the spelling, let's say you've misspelt the word, you need to double click it and double click it again, and that will bring you back to the text editor. I don't know why it takes 2 times double clicking, but that's what it does. So you double click it, nothing happens, you double click it again, and then the editor comes up, and that's where you can go in there and change the spelling. And of course you can change the settings as well. All right, now let's move across to this tool, which you might remember is the Edit Shapes tool. Now, if you select the text with that, nothing happens. You have to go to tool options and you have to convert it to a path. I don't know if you can read that, it's quite small. So it says convert to path. So you have to click on that, and then that will convert the text to a path. Now be warned, as soon as you do that, you cannot change the spelling. So you have to be pretty sure that that's exactly what you want. So let's go ahead and convert to path. And whoa, there's lots of little nodes that came up. Let's have a close-up look. So let's go right in, and you can see now all the little nodes. And what's great about this is I can actually press and drag, and if I hold the shift key, it keeps it straight. So I can make this nice and pointy, and I can make this one nice and pointy. So now we're looking like a heavy metal band, Maniac. So that's great. You can edit the paths. All right, so let's finish on that. And I'll just add one more thing just to make this like a magazine cover. I'm just going to click on my type tool and I'll type in another text box. Once again, delete the lorem ipsum that's there. This time I'm going to say comics, that's the word. And I will choose again Arial Black. I like the big chunky fonts. And this time I'll leave it black. So when I click on save and close, I've got my new word which I can move into position. I can even resize that now to fit nice and neat in between the jagged edge and the end of the word maniacs. And you know, in a few seconds I've just created a magazine cover or the name of a comic book, and that's all done. And you can actually use these layers in conjunction with your illustration and your painting. When you go to the layer menu, you'll notice that the new words have been added to the same layer. So both of these are on the same layer, which is kind of neat. In some programs, every time you type a word, you get a new layer, but in Krita, everything that you use with the type tool stays on the same layer. Okay, so have a bit of fun with type. You don't have to use it, but it might be useful. Thank you. Bye-bye.